Hello, how are we doing today? Let's check my microphone. Yes, that is good. I rearranged my desk yet once again. Just kind of shifting things, going through some weird nesting syndrome, but just trying to optimize it for both stream and my day-to-day work. So today we're going to be wrapping up the refactoring of the contacts application, not necessarily the whole application, but more so the image functionality. So in the last two streams or last 2 days, we started the shell of the image manager, and yesterday we actually got it working. And I sound surprised when I said actually got it working, but it's working. And we were able to send in and create the image store and thumbnail store and the overall image manager. I guess I can get rid of that comment now. Q is going to stay the same. We don't have a queue manager, but that's being passed into. Oh, that's actually. Oh, it is being passed into the image manager, if I remember correctly. That was required. Yeah, being passed in. Let's get rid of that extra space too. Now we have this. We wanted to get rid of these red squiggly lines in the create thumbnail image. So if we look at this, we need a contact image container and at least a thumbnail container, which our image manager provides. So let's see what we can register in here. The only thing we have registered is our startup, is our settings. So let's go and cheat and copy out these items. So we're going to copy these services and the image manager. I don't think we'll need the queues because we're going to just use the built-in queue reading from the Azure function trigger. So let's copy paste that, go to the other startup, paste in that, and this just needs to change to builder services. For whatever reason, it's called different. I actually know the reason, I just don't remember it. And let's get all these in here. Oh, these are called try and add. Oh, did that just replace everything in there? Yeah, it did. Try add here, try add, and about the image manager. We need to import the type. Yes, I'm going to do that. It doesn't know what the image manager is. I think I have to reference it. Yep, reference it. That's good. And it's not going to know about these, so hit Alt Enter, do that. Now we need to worry about the environment and the settings. So there's two different ways to get the settings. We actually kind of created it here. So here we can do this two ways. We can actually create a settings or typecast it out right here, or we can come inside here and do var settings equals builder dot services dot get type. I think it is. No, that's not what we want. There is a way that we can do it. I thought there was a get. How do I do it? I actually have a blog post about this. Let's go and check. It's pretty recent, only 3 weeks ago, and I already forgot. Oh, that's just the settings. Yep, that was just the settings. So let's go back, do the code. And actually, isn't it in this startup? No, not in this one. Maybe this one. I thought we did it in one, unless it's another project I'm working on. No, all these are adding the bindings. So there is the ability to do a get folders dot services dot all the triads got the len. Let's go check out the blog because there is the link to it. I thought I saw it in here. I don't want to do that, although we're actually inside the creation, but there is a way to use it inside the come on. Find it. Maybe not. Well, let's see what methods that has here. Folder dot. Only has services. Services dot. Get type triad. Triad. Let's see what the class has. My service collection get service. Service collection. That's kind of what we want to do. We want to get a particular service. But we're going to need that part for the next step, so keep that open. The other way I can do it is actually just create instance of settings. I really don't want to do that. I know there's a way to do it. See if the get type provides any, or if that's just the object type. It's just the object type. Build. Oh, up. I have another project that uses it, so let me just open up that one. This one I showed over the weekend. You watching the stream? Come on, load. Funny thing was, I had the project loaded before the stream started, and I closed it. And it shouldn't take you that long. Start up. Get service. That's what I want. And I see that there. Get service must be an oh, because I don't be must be missing the extension method. That's fine. I knew there was a method for it. And I already figured out what it was called. Provider service. It should be provider.get service. And then here it should be type settings. Right. Right. Yeah. And then I can do settings dot. And these settings are called something different, of course. Because why would I have them consistent? Top storage account. Why is that showing as contact blob storage account? Contact blob storage account name. That's probably because this environment is wrong. See if I have the code for the environment in here too. I guess I didn't get to that point yet. But I did. Try add feed. Oh, picking a wrong project. I don't use blobs here, so I don't need to worry about that. Let's get the environment now. So we did have that post on hosting context. See if that's passed in here. Actually, I think I can get that from Builder. Builder.host. Call host.create. Yeah, I don't want that. Let's see. Thought I had a hosting environment here. There's a way you can do it with Azure Functions because it's not supported directly out of the box. It uses an environment variable. Azure Functions, local development, host. There's an environment variable that's set that you can tell. I want to say it's called. Oh, it's actually in that other. project. This project. I working on too many projects at once. I actually have this code written somewhere that detects the environment we're running in. I thought it was. I really thought it was in this project. Maybe it's in this project. Too many projects, Joe. Too little time. I'm gonna try the iHost environment, but I don't think that is. Where are we? Sometimes it's the simple thing. There's a better way to do it now. This is it. Azure function. This is what we want. So what I did was, let's start up, create a private function so it looks a little cleaner. Private boolean is development. Didn't copy it. Telling me. I think this I can just do return equals development. I think that does everything we do. Just double. Yep, that's it. So we can just call this is development now. Is development. We need to do this settings here. I'm not sure why you are complaining. Cannot be double image manager. I did not recognize that. My settings. Might have to do as settings. Dirty, but I don't think I remember doing that part. Get service. Oh, that's why. Using the get service the wrong way. Where are you? Contact functions. So this should be. That's better. And we don't have all these extra castings because it actually knows what it's getting from. Cool. So now we got the image store, the image thumbnail store, and the image manager. So what else do we need for the thumbnail? So here we can do, if we start what we're doing yesterday, to do replace with image manager, and then to do replace with image manager. Let's save. Here we're going to need a get image, right? Replace with image manager, get. Now let's just call it get image. We're going to image name. So we're going to have to create this method. So that goes here. Image method and maybe stream. That will cover us all the way to here. Create the thumbnail. I think we'll keep in here right now, but we'll probably end up moving that into there. Then we are going to save it and upload it. So let's go and take a look at our image manager now. Well, actually, this we can immediately replace. So we know, let's inject the image manager into it. So we want to image manager, this image manager, and let's do private read only. Image manager, and then underscore image manager equals image manager. Do var image to convert stream equals new memory stream. I'm just going to keep the code there as we change it. And then we are going to do, I don't remember what the syntax was, but underscore image manager dot get image async. We are going to call it, what do we want? Image to convert dot image name. We're going to probably want the container name too. Actually, we don't need the container name because we're creating the container from it right now when we create the blob. So get image URL. Okay, that should work. And then we want image to convert stream. And let's just create was downloaded. And now we're going to need to create this method. So let's go to we could probably pass in the container for it. Let's pass in the container. Image to convert container name, only because we want to make sure we're getting this, and the message really should tell us where to get it from. But we can also just really assume that we're getting it from the image manager. Let's just work with that for now. Let's go to domain, interfaces, image manager, task, boolean, get, what do I call it? Get image, get image, get image async. Get image async, and we want a string container name, string file name, then a stream. Actually, I don't think we even need a stream. This should return a stream. And this should be public. Let's do our validation. If string dot is null or empty, container name, row new, argument null exception, name of container name. The container name must be the fact. Copy paste, change this to file name. File name. I'm really siding towards making the assumption that for get image, we're getting the main image from the image store, and then get thumbnail, we'll do it from that, and then we don't have to supply the container name. But that doesn't make our thumbnail thing, our thumbnail function super generic, but for right now, we don't need it generic. So I'm just going to do this for now. And then we could assume we're going to have a public. We already have the save, right? We're going to want to save thumbnail. So let's do public ask string get thumbnail. Actually, was it save? What do we call it? Save image async, save thumbnail. Async. Now let's just match the parameters. In theory, we can do everything right in this manager. So this save thumbnail async could do what we need to do, where we just literally pass it in the file name. Since we know what store it's going to go to, and I don't even need a get image, but I do want to copy this. And then we have all the logic right here to do the conversion. We don't have to pass anything through, and it does. Our image manager is truly what it needs to be, and that's a manager. Let's not change, let's not call it save, let's call it create thumbnail. So first step in the create thumbnail, get source image from image store, create thumbnail, save thumbnail, and then optionally return thumbnail URL. So if we look at our create thumbnail image, we want to get from the main container. Let's go and do that. Tab. Oh. More solutions. Sorry, I need to do that. So do I have a get on image? Nope. Got a save and a get container name. So let's create a new one called task. Stream. Get image async. And I think we just need to do file name. To implement it in the image store, which is public async task stream get image async string file name. Like they had that on the thing already. So we need to do a var memory stream equals new memory stream. Var blob info equals await blobs dot download to async, I believe it is. And that wants the blob name, which is file name. Destination stream is memory stream. And then you was downloaded. If was downloaded, I think we need to just do this memory stream dot position equals 0. Return memory stream. We need to do the position equals 0 because when the download to async does, for whatever reason, the Azure SDK has it all the way at the end, and anything else that wants to read the stream says, hey, it's broken, there's nothing left to read. So we set it back, telling it to kind of reset itself. So let's do this as var source image stream equals underscore image store dot get image async file name. If We can throw an exception here, but I'd rather not do that. Source string equals null. Let's add a to do to see what we want to do. To do throw exception that image that return value to null. For now we'll set it to null. Return, and then we'll figure out what we want. Okay, create the thumbnail part. So that part is here. So let's go and copy that out to the image manager. Paste that here. We call this one source image. And we want to know a resizing of it. So let's do int resize width. We'll set that to 120. Int resize height equal to 120. And we'll have to update the manager to include a int resize width, int resize height. That's our image manager. So this should be resize height, and resize width, and resize height. And then this is missing that. Do a sync this. Be failing. Are you failing? That's weird. I don't see why that is failing. Name it differently. Image to convert. Image to convert. Load async comes from 6 labors, image start, image. Right one. Oh, probably because this is just a generic stream. I'm guessing. Let's see. Let's see if we can change this to a memory stream. Actually, I can probably keep it as stream. What do you want? Load async is looking for a lot of different. Coming in as a stream, right? Source image. Oh, didn't await this. Thank you, ReSharper. Now it should work. Thumbnail equals new memory stream, source image, save async to thumbnail using the new encoder. Cool. Now we need to do a underscore thumbnail store dot save image, and the stream is called thumbnail stream, and the file name should be the file name. I'm gonna override it if it exists. And what do you return? Return a string. Var image URL equals weight. And then let's return image. Cool. Probably should do some error catching here to make sure everything is good. So now if we look at this, we get to delete pretty much everything in here. Granted, we just moved it over from one thing to the next, but now it's all handled. It's all handled by the image manager and not this. Let's do creating thumbnail of do single quotes, do image to convert file image name in container. This is just for logging. We could probably actually get rid of the container name. This is going to be save thumbnail of two. And this is going to be called image URL, which we'll create in a second. Var image URL equals await underscore image manager dot. Oh, I gotta add that to the image manager. We have this create thumbnail async that's not in the image manager, so we don't know about it. As string. And I forgot the parameters. I can actually just have resharper create it by doing enter. Should be a create too, but I added it to the interface. Oh, I guess I didn't. What method am I missing? Oh, I'm going to take out these methods because we're actually not using them. And I'd rather not have the dead weight in there. Now let's go back to the create thumbnail. This should be image manager dot create thumbnail name, which is a terrible name right now. Image to convert dot image name, and underscore settings dot resize width, comma underscore settings dot resize height. And I am going to rename that because I don't like that. Create thumbnail. It should have updated the interface. So now it works, or we hope it works. Now everything compiles. And we reduce this to pretty much one line of code. So now the actual Azure function is not really doing the work, so to speak. The image manager is doing the work. It's still being loaded in the Azure function, but the work is done outside. This allows us to, write unit tests and everything around it at some point. So let's give it a spin. Before we give it a spin, I want to make sure all my repositories are empty so we can start from scratch. I believe I emptied them out just before this. Apparently I didn't. But I did. Emptied out the queues though. That I'm pretty sure I did. Still empty, and you're empty. Okay, we're good to go. So if I run these now, I'm going to go and run the API. I'm going to run the web UI too because we already validated that yesterday and don't need to revalidate it today. I'll make sure the image was created in the thumbnail and then we can check. But once we execute the function, it should pretty much pick it up instantly. So that started. Let's go and start web UI. And I guess I could start the function too, but I'd rather make sure that this save works because I constantly jinx myself. Do that, contacts. Edit number 21. It was a picture, doesn't matter, I deleted them all, so let's pick a new one. Pictures of me. I really gotta put a picture of me in. New headshot. I do have my new headshot. Even though I need a newer. Let's choose upload. Images there. So you can validate that by viewing here. We should have an image, O3, blah, 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 PNG, which we do have. No thumbnail images yet because I haven't started the function. So let's go start the function now. You right there. Debugging in case there's any exceptions, but this should actually go by pretty quickly. Once the Azure function runtime starts up, we'll see that this queue is triggered, and I could even put a breakpoint. Yep, it got triggered already. Executing. Actually executed already. DQ'd a message, so let's go and see. Let's refresh this. If we got it right, there's the message. So thumbnail 0355. I'm going to download both of these so we can see what they look like. This must be a bug. This was broken yesterday too. Oh, there it goes now. Transferring. And let's do this. Fortunately, you have to do it into a actual folder. So I'm just going to create a new folder here so we can see the thumbnail. Save it. Let's open up here. Downloads, we have our new one, which if we open, should see my image, but more so, what are the properties of it? File info. Oh, I did a 128 by 128 instead of pick a bad image. So we really can't tell if it's thumbnailed or not. Well, what was the odds I picked an actual image I already had thumbnail image of? Well, let's go create a new one. We have it open anyway. So edit you. Let's pick a bigger image that I know is not a thumbnail. Did 512 by 512. I know this guy's not a thumbnail. See, it came into here. It's going to create the thumbnail. Let's hit play. Let it build. Come back to here. Should have a new one in here. 08. Download you to there. Download you to thumbnail. Let's go take a look at that. So Mr. Monopoly Man in here is 120 by 120. And in the main directory, this guy here, properties, 504 by 504. So it worked. Now we're able to have a separate, we separated out our image manager or the image functionality in both the thumbnail creation and the web UI to have a lot cleaner code. So now we only have this one line here, and inside of our controllers, we have that one or two lines. It's a couple more lines because we actually have to, get the image and then save the image to the database. But the part that actually does the saving is this right here. Everything else is more database or business logic specific. So that was all I had for today. It took us a little bit over 2.5 hours to do the refactoring. Most of that was because I was explaining and forgetting a thing or two, but for the most part, you see how relatively easy. And now we have an image manager that we can use in our application pretty much anywhere we want now. So that's all I got. Have a great day, morning, evening, afternoon, depending on what time zone you're in. Any questions, feel free to reach out to me on any of the social media channels that are on the screen now or on the links below. Have a great day.